Today we're going to cover microwave ovens. A simple fix for your microwave if this is your problem. The door does not shut and stay shut. The latch won't hold in there. And the reason is, this right here should have tension on it. There should be a spring that's looped on from a little part in there. There's a little bitty arm. It hooks onto that and onto the door. There's a little slot on the door where the bottom of the spring will hook, and that'll keep tension on it. It's easy to fix. The springs don't break, the plastic does. Just about all the microwaves have the same type of latch, and they have a little bitty part where the spring hooks onto it. It's real weak. This thing's only a couple of years old and it already broke, but it's a simple fix. To get this out, you have to take this little shield off. This plastic shield is easy to take off. You can use a butter knife or a screwdriver. Anything that's small and flat that you can get in between here will pop it off. And you don't want to go from this inside part because you're going to wind up breaking it. You just take it from the outside where you can get something in there and you pry it out just a little bit. Once you get it out a little bit like that, the whole thing pops off. And it only takes seconds to get it off. It'll snap right out. Now that the little trim cover is removed, you can see this little piece comes up, and this is what holds it in place. They have a little slot on the top and the bottom, and it slips in there, and that locks down. Once this sits down like this, it just rides in a channel. Here's the spring. We have a little broken spring down here. Well, actually, the spring's not broken. You can see the spring's pretty strong. It's the plastic piece that holds this. There's a little bitty arm right here, and it's real tiny, and that spring held onto this and locked onto a little section right here, and that kept it down. You don't have to be in the exact same spot, so don't worry about that. What I'm going to do is try to find an area that's simple to work with, and they have little slots right here. If you look right down in here, you see these little fins? All we have to do is take the spring and hook it onto that and on the bottom of one of these fins right here, and it's going to stay in place, and that'll keep the tension. The way this microwave works is this latch right here has to have tension on it. When it's in there, that spring pulls it down, and when it closes, it slots up in here, and then that spring pulls it down and engages a mechanism in there for the microwave to work. If you don't have that spring tension, it just sits there and it won't lock. That's why the door just comes back and forth, because it doesn't have any tension, it just sits up top. So you have to have that spring to pull it down. Now that I have my piece out, I want to go ahead and drill a hole close to the bottom of this. So I can take my spring and hook it right on there. This kind of keeps it out of the way. If I hook it to the bottom, then I can hook it to the bottom of the door and it'll pull, and that'll keep my tension. You don't necessarily have to do it in the exact spot that I'm saying. I'm just doing it here because I find it's easy. I have a good spot on the bottom here, and I can get my fingers in there and pull it down. If this arm's not completely broken, you can take it on another spot where that arm is and drill it and then put it on the original spot. But this makes it easy because I can get my fingers down here. Alright, I'm going to slip it into the slot. It's a little hard to see because this is so dark, that's why I'm using a flashlight. But you see, I have that spring hooked onto the bottom here, and now when you pull this up, it's going to snap back in place. You can see this trim just snaps right back in, easier than it even came off. So next time you have a small problem with your microwave, don't be so quick to go run out and get a new one. This could be an easy fix. See you on the next project.